Okay. Let's do topic number 1. It's not going to take too long, and then we'll get to looking at some photos. But this was a topic that was recommended by someone in the Facebook group, which I thought was interesting. What Batman statues that Prime One should make, or that you would most like to see? So, just to give you a little bit of context too, I've been in conversation the last probably 3 years or so with their creative director Johnny Pham, and he is very prideful of Prime One. Definitely cares about Prime One's reputation, what kind of paint they're using. I mean, just everything about their art direction. He is a massive Batman fan, which is why we have like Talon, which is why we have that Flashpoint Batman and stuff. Like, he does some of the characters he really wants to see, but obviously sales have been down because the market's been so oversaturated. But I had a conversation with him again this week. He reiterated that DC is not a priority. They're still going to do some products, obviously. I'm assuming they have to, probably, to keep the license, do a certain number. They've obviously teased the Riddler. They've teased the Mr. Freeze. And just a little side note on Mr. Freeze, that they are continuing to tweak that piece, adding multiple portraits, he said, and multiple weapons. So I thought that was interesting, that there might be some nice swap outs there, because we haven't seen that yet. So a little bit of news there. But he did reiterate that a lot is riding on the Superman film. And if this Superman film does well, there is a lot more opportunity to bring more DC to the market. We're hearing good things so far for Superman. Obviously, if they're already thinking about filming Superman 2, great news, I think. I'm very excited as a Batman collector that maybe we'll get more Batman stuff. So again, this is just a little bit of pie in the sky. It doesn't have to necessarily be Prime One, but I thought it was an interesting question. If you guys have anything that you would specifically like to see, I did see somebody in the chat this week that said they would really like to see like a Neil Adams tribute type piece. I don't know how well that would go with a Prime One, whereas they have so much detail, and Neil Adams is more of that kind of that classic smoother suit look. But they do such a great job with the Fabox, but I think everybody's kind of over the Fabox. We've had so many Fabox inspired pieces, which is great, but I think people are wanting to see something a little bit different now. So I'm gonna turn it over to you guys, and also in the chat, who would you like to see? Which character would you love to see Prime One tackle? I think my number one would be maybe a Killing Joke Joker. I think that would be really neat to see what Prime One could do with that. Maybe with the carnival base, and a defeated Jim Gordon half naked in the trenches, with the mirrors and all the craziness that was involved in that storyline. That would be maybe interesting. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you like to see from Prime One?
I got two. So I got a Jim Gordon, a 1/3 Jim Gordon. I know.
Be specific. What do you want? What do you want from that Jim Gordon?
I mean, I think it would be a massive base if we said, the bat signal, right?
It's got to have the bat signal.
Yeah, I mean, but right. I think it could be done if you did it more of a forced perspective, right? I mean, a 1/3 bat signal is going to be ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
So if we did a forced perspective, or maybe half of the bat signal, and then half rooftop, something like that.
Something.
Yeah, but I mean, trench coat, glasses, gun and holster, badge on the belt. Yeah. I mean, maybe swap outs. We'll do like what Sideshow did with the Obi-Wan, where there's a young portrait and then an older portrait.
Oh, yeah.
So like you can maybe do a little bit of Ben McKenzie-ish kind of younger look. I think would be great, and then an older Jim Gordon. And then I like to see them try the Batman Absolute. I know LBS is doing it, but I don't think that all of us are really feeling it, because I don't feel like that character is a museum posed kind of Batman, So maybe like that David Finch cover, like something more dynamic, but something that, I think Prime One could do something crazy with the base and a couple of swap outs and weapon swap outs. The the logo, which we know does stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can go a million different ways with a Batman. Absolutely, 1/3.
Two great picks. I would love to see both of those happen. How about you, Eric?
I mean, there's so many things that could be made, but if we're just like talking like Batman, I've been saying it forever. Where the hell is like a comic book Scarecrow? And then for myself, I don't know how many people love the character, but I love the character Mad Hatter, so I would love to see like a Mad Hatter. But yeah, definitely Scarecrow would be on the top of my list. I'm surprised they haven't done one. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but
It's shocking. Maybe they just haven't figured out the right art direction for it. But yeah, it just seems like a no-brainer of something they could do because
they did that Arkham one, and then I mean, I don't know. It seems like an easy enough character to pull off. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, tons of poses you could do. Tons of it's a grotesque looking villain. I mean, can't be that hard to pull off.
Jim says, I would like to see Prime 1 deliver on their open orders before taking any more new orders. I mean, unlike some companies, Prime 1 actually is getting stuff out. So I don't really mind that they're taking orders now. I mean, other companies that haven't delivered in 3 years, I think that they should not be taking new orders, and they're not. So I don't mind that Prime 1 still is. I think they do a really nice job of getting stuff out. Vengeance says 1/3 man bat. Imagine the wings. Prime 1 can do it. I saw the Prime 1 piece on Jimmy's godlike statue, a white robot anime piece with wings. It's amazing.
I really enjoy their versus pieces. I know not everybody has the space for them, but I think they're pretty cool looking. Like when you have like Batman versus another villain.
Yeah, right there. I mean, Batman. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Or even if it's quarter scale, the Batman versus Killer Croc. I mean, something like that would be. I mean, again, maybe Batman versus Grundy or Batman versus Scarecrow or something.
I recently saw the Superman versus Doomsday, and I thought that was such a smart thing because Doomsday is such a big character, and you get pretty much half of him. You know, you get like one arm, his portrait, half the body, because he's part of the base. You know, that piece is. I mean, it's huge, but I mean, it's a 1/3. You know, it's an underrated piece.
I think so. Jimmy, what would you like to see?
I know Prime 1 did the diorama with Killer Croc, and they also doing the Batman Who Laughs, but I would love to see Bane overpowering Batman, either with like a bear hug or just kind of putting his hands on him and kind of wearing him down. I think that would be epic, and I would have to find a spot for it.
That's kind of the Bane that they have now. Batman's in the base. Have you seen that one?
He's sitting.
No,
this one right here. This one right here.
Oh, I have seen that one. I had it.
He's gonna have to buy it. He's like, oh yeah.
No, I used to have it. I had it here. It just was so big. Yeah. It was so big. I was like, man, I didn't know. Yeah, it's a great piece, but moved away from comic. But I did it 1/4. I would have to really figure out what I would do because I would really want that. Basically, my all-time favorite DC characters, so I love it. That would be good for me.
Foxhound says, "Oh, just Batman, Zoe Kravitz, Catwoman 1/3, but I want it from J&D rather than Prime 1." And it would have been probably through Blitzway, would be my guess if they were going to do Kravitz, but I don't know why they never did. $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Predator alien to pair with Wolf Predator. That would be really great. Again, they just do such a great job on those alien and Predator pieces.
Oh, man.
So awesome. Thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank again everybody that did super chats the other day during the live unboxing. That was awesome. So thank you guys very much.
You got me thinking now because that Zoe Kravitz. So if Prime 1's really banking on this Superman movie to be successful, I really hope they're not like going to just try to start making like Superman movie statues, because I think a lot of people want to see the movie and hope the movie does well, but at the same time they absolutely hate that costume for him. So I feel like they might try to start making those statues and it'll just be like unsuccessful for Prime 1.
It's possible, but I don't think Prime 1 has ever been like super timely with what they do with like their movie pieces. So I think that they'll probably let it sit and marinate for a little bit and see, how people feel about that movie over time before they would do something like that. But I do think it would open up the gate to say, again, just being timely, kind of like what Prime 1 finally did with the Catwoman reveal, the Hush Catwoman. Like they're taking advantage of finally having the Hush 2 comic out. So they're capitalizing on that buzz a little bit, where we said a lot of companies, they like, why wasn't there like 3 or 4 Riddlers out 4 years ago when the movie was out. Like, you know, it's
Yeah.
like that was the opportune time to catch on that buzz, even if it wasn't the movie version. Bring out the comic book version when people are talking about the Riddler. And so I could see some statues coming out, but I don't think Prime One's probably going to invest heavily on a movie Superman. But it might bring out more like comic Supermans or other versions of Superman, or maybe an anime type Superman that they like to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I mean, the movie's going to make money because everyone's going to go see it, right? Because if you're going just because it's Superman in the movie, it's new, it's got buzz, it's going to make money, but it's going to be a good movie. Are we all going to walk out of the theater like, oh my God, that was a waste of 2 hours of my life, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's kind of, so will they consider that a success? Okay, we can put these statues out now that the movie made $1 billion, but it was a horrible movie.
Yeah.
Because they've done that where they put statues out, they canceled the boy statues. You know, they canceled Blue Beetle. You know, so these are things that they were banking on. And then when those movies weren't successful, I mean, The Boys is awesome, but it's also a streaming show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blue Beetle had buzz. It stunk. Statue canceled. No, nobody's going to want to buy a statue from a crap movie.
Foxhound says with that Catwoman, though, was it timely when it was sitting there for 5 years? I mean, that's a great point.
Yeah.
You know, they've been working on that piece for a really long time. But, you know, maybe they just felt they weren't ready. I asked their creative director about the art direction on that piece. I specifically asked him about the head sculpts. I specifically asked him about the purple color. And he was very adamant that they did a lot of research and that they, you know, that's the color she's going to be. And, you know, whatever, you know, and it's like.
Chris, do you have that one in pictures tonight?
Yeah.
All right, because I'm interested to see what Eric thinks about that one because we were on the show together when they, you know, so
yeah,
we pretty much talked about it at length.
That's right.
Hey guys, I have partnered up with Redwolf Collectibles, maker of incredible comic book display options, including this outstanding, heavy-duty, and well-made slab stand featuring an anti-slip pad and all the accessories needed to display your most prized slab comic books, just like this one here in my collection. And now they even have interchangeable 3D design plates that feature really strong magnets that let you easily swap out logos to match your comic books, slabs, or whatever superhero you want to feature in your display in an absolutely incredible way. And these are just some of the plates available for purchase from DC, Marvel, and much, much more. I mean, look at all of the options here. You can even have your own custom logo made. And they also offer magnetized comic book frames. You simply remove the front, place your comic book inside, and place the magnetized cover back on. It's that simple, yet looks absolutely amazing and even features a built-in hook so you can display it on the wall. I mean, look how awesome this looks. Now, if you don't have a slab, you can also purchase their protective comic book cases, which feature high-quality metal corners and screws. And you can also pair this up with the display stands to give it that amazing slab look. Now, all of these are absolutely incredible, and make sure you use code STATUE at checkout for a discount at redwolfcollectibles.com. I'm so happy to be partnering with them because their products are absolutely amazing. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.